What's going on, Blend FLC? My name is Caleb and I get to hang out with you guys tonight. And I want to talk to you actually about something that I'm having to deal with, learn, and practice myself. And I wanted to bring that to you guys because I think it's something that we can all learn from and we can all grow from in life. How many of you consider yourself to be an emotional person? Me too. I actually tend to be on the over-emotional side. You know, for my wedding, I was the one who cried. My wife did not cry. When we're in a movie, I'm the one that's gonna cry. She's not gonna cry. Watching a TV show, the same way. I am overly emotional. And emotions are not a bad thing. Emotions are a great thing. God gave them to us. It lets us know how we feel about certain things. It's a great gauge to let us know what we're thinking or how we feel. But emotions should not be the thing that determine the choices that we make in our life. Emotions are great to express, but they are not great to decide how we do things and what we do. You know, I used to say this thing back when I was in high school, and I'm sure I've said it more recently. I only said that to you because you made me angry. Or I only did that to you because you made me mad. Or I only said or did that to you because you hurt my feelings. Man, have you ever said those words? Man, have you ever had those words said to you? You know, one thing that I learned about those kind of phrases is it doesn't take away whatever I said or did. If I said something mean to somebody because I was angry, just because I tell them that I was angry when I said it doesn't mean that I didn't say it, that it wasn't true, or that I didn't feel that way. And it doesn't take away the pain that that person might be feeling when I said something that I shouldn't have. You know, we have to be so careful with our emotions because our emotions will make us do things that we don't want to do sometimes. You know, the book of James, chapter 1, verse 19 says this: "Understand this, my brothers and sisters, let everybody be quick to hear, be slow to speak, and be slow to anger." Quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. What does that mean? So glad you asked. Quick to hear. Be intentional with listening to people, not just hearing them while you're playing a game or while you're texting or while you're on social media, but actually listening. Having all your focus on that conversation. Be slow to speak. Being thoughtful with your words. Actually thinking before we spoke. Not just reacting to something someone said and letting our emotions take over, but thinking of what they said and then thinking, what is the best way for me to respond? And then being slow to anger, having patience, having forgiveness, having grace and mercy for other people. And the Bible says that we should have those things. And there was this situation that happened with Liz and I where we were at our house and we were sitting on the couch and we had Cardi with us, and then the smoke alarm in our house went off. I jumped up out of the couch and I ran over to the kitchen where I heard the alarm, and I'm looking for the fire and I am scared. I'm freaking out. I'm worried about my house. I'm worried about my wife. I'm worried about my dog. I'm so worried and my mind is running crazy. But I can't find the smoke. Now, that alarm only goes off when there's smoke to let me know that there's a fire, but I can't find the smoke. Come to find out, the reason why it was going off was because it was time for me to change the battery in the alarm. Can you imagine how ridiculous I would have looked had I acted emotional, like 100% acted emotional during that situation? I would have called the fire department. I would have said, I need y'all here right now. Actually, I need y'all here yesterday, meaning immediately. I need y'all to have the water run in and you can spray the other houses as you get there. But I need, by the time you get to my house, that water needs to be pumping already. Spray down the fire. I would have taken all of our valuables, my PlayStation. I would have taken all of our valuable things and I would have gotten them out the house, throwing them out of a window, whatever was closest, breaking down a door, doing whatever I had to. I would have gotten Liz and Cardi out of the house. No matter how busted and disgusted I looked, I would have ran out of the house. It would have been a mess for no reason. Because my emotions told me that there was this fire, this thing that I could not control. But logic and reason, thinking about it and looking at what was going on, told me, Caleb, you got to change the battery. Our emotions can be very deceptive to us sometimes. There's been times where I've been mad at people or mad at somebody because I thought they meant it in this way, but they didn't even mean it that way. They didn't mean it in a way to make me mad or to make me angry or aggravated. And I just misinterpreted. My emotions made me think that they meant it in a certain kind of a way. Our emotions can be deceptive. So emotions are a great thing for us to have. They're a great thing for us to feel and to express, but they are not great for us to build our decisions upon. They're not. You know, there's two facts in the story of the smoke detector. One fact was, I was scared because the smoke alarm went off. The other fact is, there was no fire. So I had to, in that instance, decide what is the truth. Because it was correct that the fire alarm, the smoke alarm went off. It was correct that there was no fire. What's the truth? Was there an issue or was there not? And basically what I'm saying is we need to get some more wisdom in our life. Now, wisdom has an old person feeling behind it, like old people have wisdom. No, we can have it at a younger age, and it's something that we actually should be going for. You know, the Bible actually says in Proverbs that the fear of God is the beginning of all wisdom. Now, what does the fear of God mean? It does not mean I'm scared of him. That's not what it means. It means that I'm scared to be away from him. I'm scared for God to not be involved in my life. I'm scared to do life all on my own without God. So when we realize the need for God in our lives, we ask him to come into our life to help make things better and to change us. Then we are beginning to gain wisdom. What is that wisdom going to do? Why is it important for us to have it? Because when we gain wisdom, we will be quick to listen. We'll be quick to listen to God, to what he's saying to do, to make the decisions that he says will be the best outcome rather than what I feel would be the best outcome. Using the wisdom that God gives us will help us be slow to speak. It's going to help us think of words that would still honor God. It's going to help us make sure that the words that we're saying are not to tear anybody down, but to lift people up. It's also going to help us be slow to anger, because I mess up with God daily. I'm just being honest. I do my very best, and there's a lot of things that I do good at, but there's also a lot of things that I mess up really bad at. And I have to ask God for his patience over my life. I don't want him to get frustrated with me and me mess up one time and then him get mad. I have to ask God for forgiveness. Forgive me for what I did wrong. I'm sorry. I have to ask him for his mercy and for his grace. Please don't give me what I deserve, God. Thankfully, he gives us mercy, grace, forgiveness. And when he gives it to me, I realize how much I need it. I am more likely and more willing to give it to other people, because I know that I need it daily. So if I need to give grace or forgiveness to someone else or have patience with someone else, that's okay, because there's a lot of people who have patience and give forgiveness to me. And so we need to have the wisdom of God in order to help lead our lives and help us make the decisions that we need to make, not necessarily the ones that we feel like we should make. Because again, our emotions are an amazing thing to have. They are a gift and a blessing from God. They are things that should be expressed. They should be felt. But our emotions should not be determining the choices that we make in our life. Guys, I really hope and pray that this devotion both encouraged you and challenged you. Encouraged you to feel your emotions, to embrace them and experience them, but challenges you to not stay in your emotions, to go above them, to think things through, and to not let our emotions decide how we choose to act, what we choose to do, or what we choose to say. Guys, we love you so much, and we cannot wait. It was just announced today. We cannot wait to see you on September the 2nd, which is going to be the restart of the blend. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be so much fun. We have a lot still planned in the fall. Our leaders are so excited to see you, your smiling face, to catch up with you in person. And so we will see you September the 2nd at 7 o'clock. But until then, we'll catch you right back here on our Blend Devos next week.